go on talking to them.
Yeah,
And then pretend that we haven't noticed.
Yes, that's my two favourite knives at the minute, as far as carrying goes. Just about
Is that the wee
yeah,
gentleman?
I love that one. That's the
ace.
footery sort of thing. I'm not that I'm a footerer, but that's the one that I footer with more than anything.
I love this one.
I've
See
been
if, you
trying-
ever, see if you ever get rid of this,
Uh-huh.
and you don't offer me first refusal.
Oh.
And I'm talking about Mikey Newman,
Uh-huh.
because I know he gets.
It was okay.
He keeps on tempting you with crap that he doesn't want any longer.
I've been really trying hard to flip this with my middle finger.
I think
I can't.
there's
It's
too
so
much.
tight.
I think
Yeah.
there's too much.
It's too tight.
Oh, hello.
Oh, are we on?
I think so.
Shit, my watches.
I'm kind of hoping.
Hello. I don't know where we are. We on?
Can everybody hear us?
Jeez, look at all them people in there.
Oh, I know. It's bizarre, actually. It's been so flipping long since we did one of these, or it hasn't. It's only been a week. In fact, you were on 3 days
You
ago.
do one every week.
Do we?
Yeah.
Oh,
Strange that.
I don't know.
Strange that.
Who knew?
Hello, everybody. How you doing? This is Paddy. That's
We're live. I'm just
Jud.
checked.
We are live.
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry. Look. This is all on me. I am a wee bit through other this week. I don't know what way is.
Well,
up.
you haven't been well.
I know, but I've been milking that one for 3 weeks now. For crying out loud.
Yeah,
There's-
that's what your wife
there's
told
only
me.
so much.
Yeah.
But can we open with an announcement first off?
Oh no, you're not going to tell them about us. I thought we said we'd keep that private.
I think everybody knows, Stephen.
Do they know?
Yes, they do.
This
I'm
poor man-
pregnant. And no,
I did it.
No, just for everybody out there, and especially for who was it? Riyadh, was it, or Rian? No, I can't remember. Anyway, I have today posted the gilt knife off the Gus. Okay.
Oh, okay, is that nice?
So it is off the Gus. It should be with him. Hopefully, I'm hoping at the weekend. And so now I can hand on heart say that I feel a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. I can honestly say that the guilt that I have had to bear, the burden of guilt that I had to bear, is something that I can lay aside. Right up until the moment that you slabbers start making me feel bad about something else, which will take about 30 seconds.
Which knife do I like of yours?
You like all of my knives, but not enough to like hurt me for it. Or
Well, look, hello everybody. Well, this is a me and Justin chill out night. Sometimes we want to know. Sometimes we want to have a guest on and have a more serious conversation. Well, we don't do a lot of serious, but we have conversations about knives. This is going to be a Ask Justin and Paddy a Question night. We have a couple of things that we can fill in if and when you go quiet, but ask us a question, anything knife related, or definitely nothing over the edge. Just straight questions will do. And we'll answer as best we can any question. And whatever question you ask, we'll both answer it, because it'd be nice to see two different perspectives on the questions.
Just bearing in mind that I'm right, he's wrong, and that's all that we have to remember.
Yeah.
So
well, we could do a count up at the end of the show, couldn't we, who's right more than the other? Because they can decide.
I think you misunderstood the rules to start with. I'm right. You're wrong.
Yeah, but they're voting. They've no loyalty to you. They just shocked you. They
I'm
made you.
He's wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
He gave a knife away. I didn't. So give us a question, folks, to get us started. And then, because we're going to show you some knives. Justin's bought quite a few knives this week.
Yeah,
He's been really bad.
I mean, it was the guys in the Discord. If anyone who was in Slip Joint Sanitarium
Hello, Norman,
over the weekend may have seen. I had a wee bit of free time and I was feeling, what am I going to do? And I went upstairs and started messing around with my knife collection in the drawer that it's usually in.
Now,
and
when he says drawer, this is a double wardrobe size drawer that goes from the front to the back of the wardrobe with a glass covering that he got specially put in to put his knives in. It's huge.
Great.
And it was lovely. You could just look in and see everything. It was lovely.
IKEA actually have a knife storage selection, so they are section, so they do.
Uh-huh.
It also doubles up as watches, jewelry, anything like that.
But it is a lovely thing.
It is fantastic, and it's always nice.
It's just not portable. You couldn't get that drawer out and carry it about over to your table.
Honestly, it was the most therapeutic exercise that I've ever had. Was just taking all my knives out, tucking them away in nice storage boxes, and then just cleaning off the door, because you know the amount of crap that accumulates in
the dust in my corners from sharpening them. Sally came in the other day and said, "You've got to let me in here." Nope.
There are certain lines that
there is
people
no,
shouldn't
cross.
cross.
Yeah,
No.
no.
But it was really, really good fun, and it helped me think about the knives again, and how they should be organized, how they should be set up, and what way I wanted to see them. Because it is about the eye candy kind of thing. You know,
it is. And it's funny, you were talking recently, you had that wee bit where you were sort of, I'm stuck, I don't know where I wanted to go. And this was like, is it coincidence, or just the knife gods just say, let's sort him out?
Yeah. No, but
and that's the sort of thing that
really
you need sometimes to think, bloody hell, look what I've got. This is great. Rather than sometimes just sitting there and you don't touch some for a year. Sometimes you don't pick a knife out.
Absolutely.
And to do that is lovely. And that's why I like it being in front of me, because every day I'm pulling that, I'd set the door down, take them out, have a look.
And then go, this one goes here, this one goes here. And the beauty about it was that what I actually did was I took an awful lot out to put away. So and here's the weird thing, most of my sacks I've taken out of the drawer. So I can open up more space. Now, that's not to say that my sacks are going away, because we'll be seeing them in a minute. Yeah. Stephen's looking forward to this because
I just think the color of your sacks. It's when it was in his drawer in the bedroom. Yeah, I have been in there. Yeah, I know.
Let's not follow that too far. All right?
When you looked in the drawer in his bed, it was just you opened it up. You sort of pushed it to the side. Oh my God! Look at that color, because you have quite a lot of Aloxes, which are beautifully colored.
That's
just makes the whole. It's funny. I copied you. Because
I
copy everything he does. I have all my Aloxes and my fancy knives.
Very nice.
I don't have your sort of collection, but I have mine all in the little box, my Aloxes and all. And it's just lovely. I've got more in that. I've got another drawer full there, but these are the ones that I like, that I'll carry. Maybe the fancy ones like the Joseph Rogers one, which is just beautiful.
But that's exactly what I did. I put all of my standard ones away that I don't really use.
That's my drawer.
And made a selection of the ones that I would, if I was going to carry a sack, these are the ones I'd pick.
Yeah.
And there's about half a dozen to 8 Aloxes, and there's a couple of compacts, and there's one big one. I think there's the compact cyber toe in there as well. But most of the other ones are just away for whatever I need. But these are the ones I would go to grab.
Yeah.
And it does that. The beauty about the Swiss Army ones is that they do give you that blast of color. Yeah, it's really nice.
And there's something about that knobbly scale. I mean, it's not particularly attractive, but when you put about 10 of them together, it pops. It really does. And I do like that about them, because if you are going somewhere that's not going to be like a wedding or something, having a wee Alox in your pocket is just perfect.
It really is.
It's perfect. I can keep another knife somewhere in it, but I can pull that out. That's all I'm ever going to need at a wedding. Well, unless it's a rowdy wedding. A good old Irish wake or something.
In which case, that's a whole different ball.
Whole different We've got gun laws for that. So
let's just check and see who's in. Shall we say hello to everybody?
See if anybody's asked us a question, and if they haven't, I'm going to shout.
So, Tony's Pony's asking where is everyone tonight, at which point Mikey Newman turned up. Hello! And Mikey Newman turned up, everybody else left, which is always the way. So we've got Mikey and Sean, and we have got a lot of Sean as well. A lot of Sean. Randy's in. Randy, always a pleasure, my man. Except Stephen's got a big bone to pick with you, apparently.
Who?
Randy.
Oh, he knows the bone. Oh, we've been texting.
No, when he said when he throws down a challenge, you don't have to accept it, Randy, with such gusto. I mean, that was good grief. That was a real doer.
The sad thing is, this last 3 or 4 days, I was meant to do the video this week. I'm going to do it this weekend, no matter what happens, come hell or high water. But I've been so running about and busy, and just not been able to do it. So I'm definitely going to do it this weekend. If I can get it started tomorrow and then go over the weekend, I'll maybe do it in 2 or 3 parts, because this is not going to be an hour's work. I just showed in the knife. I showed everybody else the night before it. So
if there's anything left over, it's going to be more of a sewing needle than it is a knife. You know, because there's not an awful lot of blade left.
There's an awl and a stubby.
That's it, pretty much. So we've got Randy in, and we've got Uncommon EDC, and we have got
who?
Our Greek friend.
Spiros.
Spiros, there you go.
Hello, Spiros. You make my week now that I can remember your name. So nice to see you.
Cali Spera. We've got Norman Johnson. We've got Big E. We've got who else have we got? Paul 13 and Gizmo's in, and Stuart
Gus has
McCrae.
robbed you, John.
Of course, Gus is
Gus is going to feel guilty. I'll take it.
What do you mean, Mikey? It's you has robbed me. It was you. It was you telling me
It
this.
was, yeah.
Big sad eyes.
Oh, he
Gus
came-
nearly dying. It's a great story, though.
Yeah.
We've got Terry's Knives and Man Stuff, Uncommon EDC's in, and we're going to have Uncommon EDC on, aren't we?
Yes,
At
we'll
some stage.
have to organise Uncommon EDC and Tim's School of Fish. We're going to have them on. I've just got to get the date finalised with them, but they're going to be on. They've just started a podcast. Please go and watch it. It is fantastic. They're just naturals. They really are lovely. And they had
Natural.
Andy.
What is the question?
Andy from Rosecraft on, and it was really good. I sat through it. It was brilliant. I really sat through the whole show. Fantastic. So go and see their podcast.
And we've got Eugene and Paul and EDC. Sorry, what
Somebody asked a question there.
what hobbies, interests do you have outside of knives, etc.? Knives and EDC.
Is there anything else?
Yes, Stephen, there is.
There is.
There is.
Not in my 3 first going around me.
I'm on. Well, I mean, I've had my dose of shame so far, so I'm going to embrace it for my Eugene. Here you go. I collect knives, and I like to do the hiking and camping stuff. I love that. But in terms of hobbies, last year or a couple of years ago, I took up golf, but haven't really got back to it properly. Hopefully, this year will be my year. Stephen is a big ex-golfer. He keeps on giving me tips, which I then keep on spoiling because I'm a left-hander. But the other big thing is I play D&D. I play Dungeons and Dragons. Yes, I'm a 58-year-old man who plays role-playing games. So, yeah.
Role-playing games, that's even more namby-pamby than I thought it was.
Look, it's
I
not-
don't
it's-
play
we-
any games at all on the computer.
We Dungeons and Dragons, everybody should play because basically it is the best education in life. It is problem solving
Now,
with broadswords.
Can I just ask,
That's what it
can we
is.
get down to the best thing in life? Did you teach your children how to play it?
Yes.
That's why. They've grown up now. They've left home.
No, they
Stop
haven't.
playing Dungeons. Well, yeah, you got one at home.
I've got, well, one of
Well,
them.
one comes
One
at
who
the
keeps
weekend.
on coming- and what does he come back for? To play D&D. D&D.
It's
There
not
you
lovely
go.
to have a contact, though it is.
But it's,
We've talked about that before.
It
It's
is.
lovely to have that.
and it's something that we've had since I think they were about 8 years old, and it is just great fun. You know?
That's
the,
good.
the laughs that we have with them. You
Yeah,
know?
that's clean, but it's not unhealthy because you don't.
Oh no, we don't dress up or anything like that. Although, give us the option.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
Question: what are you boys looking forward to?
knife-wise in
Do you want to know?
2024?
I'm excited about 2024 because my knife things are changing again. I'm going to show you a knife that I got tonight, and one that I got just a couple of months ago, and I'm reducing in size again as far as locking knives go, even be they locking or a slip joint, and I'm enjoying them. Whereas before they weren't really. Like the Pilar is a fantastic little knife, great in the hand. I have one. I don't think I've ever used it in anger, which is strange enough. But these two, I can't get them out of my hand. And this new one, I think is going to be there for a long
they're very similar in size. To the Pilar,
Absolutely,
actually,
yeah. And they look, all three of them together. I had them out this afternoon, as you do, role playing. I had role playing.
I'm never going to let that one down.
And the Pilar was the pauper, and these two bullied the hell out of him.
So well, you can't not show it to them.
The new one,
Yeah.
Well,
Show.
Yeah,
We'll work up to it. Show them the.
well, this is the one that I
Giant
got.
mouse.
This is the one that I got. You've seen on the channel if you watch.
And no,
the channel.
Mikey, you are not getting this one.
This is my Carta. It's green my Carta, and it's what's the steel on it? Elmax.
Elmax. Oh, is it Elmax?
Elmax. Well, yeah, because the bloke who sold it to me said M390, and I have never found another one with M390. But Elmax is all that they're sold in now. So whether it's M390 or Elmax, I'd probably never know because I can't tell the difference that good. But if you go to buy them, there's nowhere sells them, and I've not found any other one on YouTube.
What's that one called?
The Riff.
The Riff.
The Riff.
It's a cracker.
It's just a beautiful knife, large hand, 4 fingers. I can get on. There's nothing sticking out the back, but I'm fully gripped. I can work away, and I just fell in love with this. This is a locking knife. Another late night when I was up sitting, I put a bid in for a trade on this one, and the bloke accepted. And look at that. How flipping beautiful is that? This is the little native Slip It. Perfectly UK legal. Absolute. But I want you to.
Did you hear that?
I want you to hear this. This has got a tang sound that makes me swoon. Listen to this tang in this now when it comes down. Just listen. Let me get it over here. Can you hear the little note that comes out there? And it's just a beautiful frequency, and it really turns me on. Oh, I got Terry's knives. That's what he says. It turns me on. Yeah. Oh, that is just gorgeous. It hasn't been out of my pocket since this morning. I've been cuddling it all day. It's beautiful. Again, 4 fingers. There's nothing left over. It's tucked in a bit, but I'm still completely securely locked onto it. Fantastic little knife.
I know, it's a cracker. And both of those are very similar to.
Yeah.
Here's one that I love, and it's very similar in size and sort of look to the Baby Banter. And the Baby Banter I got last year, 2 years ago now. I just think it's a cracking wee knife.
It is,
and it's a lovely wee pocket dropper in 5th pocket.
Unlike the Banter, the Banter. The Banter is soulless to me. It's just a block. Yes. Now, if you got them and you love it, this is nothing. This is just what I see, and we all see knives differently through our eyes. But it's just blocky, and it's probably comfortable in work.
But I find that about most of your man's knives. That the Lander is the same, is that they're perfect in terms of form and function. I think. But I agree with you. They have nothing. They have nothing going for them in terms of that little spark. That's although with the customizability of the scales and everything, that probably adds a wee bit.
It's just not something I do a lot anyway. I'll buy a scale that's like this, but I'm not going to go and buy a separate scale because I'm just that tight.
Bug out. I
bought the bug out hole.
All right, okay, fair enough. Oh, you bought it with the yellow scales and then put the titanium ones on.
Yeah, but I got them with it.
Yeah,
I didn't buy them,
but you changed them. It still counts, Stephen.
No, doesn't.
Tart.
No. But to give you a size comparison, all 3 of them knives are the old favorite that we all, I don't think many people in the knife community that have been about a year or two have not had one of these because it's a super knife.
I know the Pilar is great.
Just exactly. Well, this is the same person who designed the Pilar, really? So you can see where it's nearly perfect. It is a bit different, but and the blades different. This has got a high
sort of sheep's foot kind of big swedge.
Yeah, it's got nearly the same, but the function of these is nice, but I'm just enjoying having just a fistful that I don't want to take out. I don't do any heavy work. I don't know why I'm saying a big fistful as if I'm going to go out and do something. I don't really. But yeah, my I don't know where this change of knives is going to go, and that's what's exciting. And after over years, we're all the same, I think, especially in knife work, you go through a fad and then you run it to the end, and then you go on to something else. You are just in the transition to your new fad, but you're still not even sure, or are you, what you want to go?
No,
where do you want to go?
No, it's still all over the place. And I mean, as Mikey will tell you, I mean, we were talking about Spyderco because I was sort of tempted down the Spyderco route again because I love a good Spyderco. And I was really looking at the PM3 hard, and it just none of them kind of crept up. And then Slippy did his last review on the Urban, which was really tempting as well.
Yeah.
Especially because there was a really good deal on a carbon fiber one that was with S20
S90 usually.
Yeah. And that was very tempting because it was a good price.
Yeah.
But I haven't bit the bullet on that one.
No.
And And then in terms of, so, but what it did do, and it was this one,
Yeah, that's
which I just thought,
it's lovely.
I mean, check that out. It is just,
And that's made by,
oh, what's his name? Because it doesn't have it in market. Is it? It's the Forus, Phorus,
the Florus,
and
yeah.
it's, I can't remember the name of the guy.
Oh,
Somebody in the comments,
I
know,
know
because I'm
his
sure
name.
you.
Hello, Warthog. How you doing?
It was 1 or 200 or whatever it is, but it's an absolute cracking knife.
It really is. I can remember when it came out, everybody wanted it.
Yeah.
And the fella who makes it, I can't think of his name for the life of me. He's such a nice man.
Is it Merrill or something?
No,
or...
not Merrill.
Oh, I can't remember, but it'll come back to me after in a wee while. But that I got instead of getting, a Spyderco, because the thing about it was it excited me.
Yes.
It was something a wee bit different. It was something that was I wasn't expecting, and I thought, boom, same thing with that.
Same thing with both these. There was something I wouldn't normally have, but there was something when I seen them, I thought, oh, I like that. Before, I'd never held them in a hand. So it's lovely when you see something and then you get it and it's exactly what you see. And again, a lot of knives we get, if we don't like it, it'll stay in the box till it's traded for something else. So you don't see half the knives, especially me. I'm terrible for trading. Yeah, coming and going now. I'm only doing the last 2 years. Even knives that I do like, I'm once I've had a wee fill of them, and I think that's the thing that I've learned. Once you have them for long enough, they end up just sitting in that box. Once you've had your play with them, you very rarely take them out and have another second go long term with it. Well, I don't. So it is nice to.
I know, but
change.
What was the count of your knives at last?
Well, we're very close now. I can't give you the numbers because I haven't done my fixed blades. Like I said, I just haven't had a chance to do it at all this week. All I've got to do is my fixed blades. I've done the top 6 wee drawers and then the fixed blades. So I would say next week on the show, we could even do the drawing to see who's going to win it.
Okay.
Shall we do that?
Yes, absolutely.
Right. We'll do that next week. We'll do the drawing and who's going to win a knife next Thursday. I'll have that done, obviously. Hopefully this weekend I'll get a chance.
Hang on a second. I mean, we're only barely into 2024 and you've done 2 giveaways.
I know, it's ridiculous.
I mean, that'll be us done for the year, like.
No, there's another one after that very shortly.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Who are you? What have you done with Stephen?
But I don't like to. I'd rather do like 2 big ones a year than do a whole stack of wee ones. To me, they just take up too much of my life. I don't like the technical side of it. I hate all that.
Oh, I know, because but that's the hard thing. When you've got people like Slippy and Matt who do it, or Slippy and Thrifty, who do it so bloody professionally. They've got that wheel of fortune and everything. Where the hell did that come from?
Yeah, it's sorry. I've got Ben Belkin on the phone. I sent him a text just before he came, and he's just answered back. So he'll have to ping away. I'll get him later.
So there's no point in competing with that kind of performance. It's we know our strengths.
Yeah, it's not that. Know our weaknesses. For years I've done giveaways, and you do to get started and all, and then. But now I'd rather do 2 really good knives, and then maybe there'll be an odd 1 or 2 in there for a wee quick competition. But I just don't want to do it anymore. I know that sounds selfish and all, but would you rather have this year there'll be another Jack Wolf, in the giveaway around summertime. So, do you want me to do 20 giveaways of, 30, 40 pound knives, or would you rather wait and get a 275 pound knife?
Yeah, I think that sounds fair. Okay. That's it. Thank you, Crispy Critter. It was Mallory. Thank you very much.
Mallory.
Thank you very much. And we have another question from CDX Arcade. Thoughts on the Razor Gen 2 by Serge Pachenko?
The what?
The Razor Gen 2. Have you seen that one?
The Razor Gen 2, yes. That's the all titanium, like modern cutthroat. Well, it's not a cutthroat, but it's somewhere between a cutthroat and a kitchen chopping knife sort of thing. It's very slim. It's just, it's that. I think that's the one anyway.
Oh, well, what I'm getting is telescopic sights. So that's not it.
Yeah, a lot of his knives, I actually quite like the design.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So
no.
Oh, it's like a Stanley inset.
That's a Stanley inset. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the Gen 2. So it's
all right. I thought it was another one.
Oh, it's sort of like a utility knife.
A utility knife. It's lovely. What price is it? 157
for a Stanley knife.
Yeah, I haven't gone down that rabbit hole yet.
Did I say that out loud?
Yeah.
I'm so
No,
sorry.
I mean, I can see why you'd like them. I have no problem seeing and why somebody would like it. It's not the money, because you buy what you want and bugger the money. It's your money and you do with it the hell you got. Nobody's got a right to say anything. So I'm just telling Justin off there.
I think you've got a right to buy what you want, and I've got a right to say what I want. So,
What do you think this is, America? Freedom of speech?
good point. It's a good point.
Trump's not coming over here.
Northern Ireland, you get kneecapped for having an opinion. So it's one of those things.
No, I mean, you know what I mean. But they are. It looks lovely. I just haven't gone down that rabbit hole. Hopefully, it's not somewhere. I would never need a Stanley knife, because I like using an ordinary knife too much.
Yeah.
I'm not going to cut anything like lino. That's, although I've got a nice big hawk bill that I would use for that.
No. From my perspective, no. I use knives for mostly, or I collect knives mostly for the look of them. That doesn't appeal to me in any way, shape, or form. I can see.
I'm going to give Justin no reason whatsoever. He's going to have one when he leaves here for just pure.
Is that a Milwaukee?
No.
Or a Sheffield one? See, they're really cool though. You can see how useful it is, a wee box cutter.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, I wouldn't spend 157 quid on one. No.
Well, I've got a couple of wee ones like that.
That's really cool.
It is. It's handy. So if I really did need one, I've got another couple in the door up there.
That's exceptionally cool. I love that. Well, I take it back.
There'll be one of them in the giveaway next week then.
Yeah.
And something else. I'll throw that in as well. I have a new one up there.
So good question, by the way, CDK or CDX.
But that's you see, that's the way when you're asking about knives, it's nice to get somebody who's not going to agree with it. But you have to. Everybody has to have. I think if a knife doesn't create that
conversation,
that you haven't made a very good job of the design, because I mean that one doesn't look like a box cutter. It's just when you see the blade, you see the box cutter. But that's the way a knife to me should be. It should be polarizing. 50-50. Don't like it, because the argument in between, then the space either goes all one way or all the other way, and you can end up with a hit over something that started off half and half.
Well, there's
so
that.
You just never know.
It's an interesting approach.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what. I have to go back to a question up here because Randy asked it specifically. What I would say, Randy, is that I'm sorry to say, but I have retired from the SAC custom building business. Mainly because I have a friend who's so much better at it than I am, and he does what we refer to as cockroach prices for me. So it's actually counterproductive for me to build my own now. I just asked Dan to put one together, and he'll not.
But he does them so fast
and so well.
And so honestly, well.
I remember at the beginning of it when Dan was starting out. Dan was asked. We were having conversations. It's how we got to know each other, and he would ask me how I did things, and I would give him sort of insight and advice, and whatever. He took over. He surpassed me so quickly and in so many ways.
Scary.
That it was scary. I mean, the guy has skills. I was learning everything because I've got two left hands and they're all tiny princess hands. Remember, so it took me where I would take ages to do it. He honestly just goes bang 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 done.
Yeah,
and it's a thing of beauty to see.
Yeah, I have to say this is one that Justin made for me. I adore this knife. One, because it's got a magnifying glass, which I really need in a SAC, and it's got the inline Phillips, and I've also got the back one if I want to get any torque. I can use it as well, and it's got this knife on a small knife. I love this. This is it has been since the day NRE done it for me, and Dan's made me one too. You know, if Dan's one's there, that every bit is good, but Justin made this, and to me, the fit and finish on this, I will never need any better than that. And the most beautiful Mocha scales. They're just gorgeous. Really lovely micarta. So, and that goes, again, if I'm taking a Swiss Army knife, it has to, this is my everyday Swiss Army knife. This is the one I'll take. Yeah. I've loads more I can do, but this just comes because.
It was a cracking one. I really enjoyed doing that. The other one, the one that you have in mind. So it's actually probably good news, Randy. I mean, if like other artists, if I've stopped producing, my existing work will probably go up in value. So instead of being worth nothing, it might be worth nothing plus something, which is where we're getting to. So that big one that I gave you, the detective, I think it is the one that you have. That one's going to increase and increase and increase in price from a starting price of 0 to maybe 50 cents or something.
I know
like
what's
that
missing in the price not gone up. Your ear. We'll just take a wee bit of your ear off.
I think Van Gogh had real skills, my man. But no, it's a good question. But what it might do, Randy, if we get a chance, and it's something we could put on the cards, just to see if it's possible. What it might do, people might find useful, is I've got lots of parts for Swiss Army knives, so it might be useful even just to see how, without going into the painting and everything, how a Swiss Army knife goes together. So we could actually do the building of one.
Oh, that would be really interesting. I would do it. I would make that a separate video just solely on that. We'll do it here. I'll video you as you're doing it.
Yeah, so we can actually show you how a Swiss Army knife, how the parts all go together. Because I've got all the parts in my shed.
I have a lovely table here that I can set up. You can be that end, I'll be this end, and we'll get a really good video
on the top.
We're gonna have one on top and one on my hand, whichever, and just video it and make
it.
And do a video for the.
I think it would be interesting, even if it didn't get into the details of how to do painting badly, like is what I do. It would be really interesting just to see how the pieces just go
and let you just see how difficult it is for if you're not talented. It's not something you want to do if you're ham-fisted. You just wouldn't do it. But I definitely wouldn't touch it. I have the old man jitters. I would have bits of stuff all over the floor. But he is very talented and he's really putting himself down. Just like he said, Dan does it in a couple of minutes, where you would have taken your time, done it over, 5-6 days, doing a wee bit here and there. Yeah. So, but you came out with your knives were every bit as good.
I know, absolutely. So we're just seeing the Explorer is a great sack. Zenali's saying that would be a great idea. And Randy's saying, perfect, yeah. I was sending you my address so I can review the final product. It'll be easy to send because what we'll do is we'll send it out to you as a build it yourself kit. Okay.
We'll dismantle it. You can let me dismantle it and we'll send it.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be interesting because customs will be shaking it, going, why is it jingling like this? Why is it jingling? And CDXRX arcade, no. And unfortunately, I've either given away or any custom sacks that I've done for my own purchase. I never charged anything for my custom sacks because I could never put a value on them. And as Thrifty says quite rightly, that makes them priceless. Because Thrifty is one of the other beneficiaries. He's got the Explorer Ranger, I think. So it was a great one to put together. Both of those were really good ones because they're both such big, substantial. They're 5-layer knives and they're awesome. But they're in a pattern or a combination that you will never get anywhere else.
And that's the other thing. You see them 5 layers, they look fantastic.
Yeah, they really do.
But I don't carry them on a belt.
No.
I wouldn't carry them on a belt. It's not something. So that's why I struggled. I bought ones that were the big when I first came around and bought them in that drawer. They don't get used.
No, the big one I would never use. That's what Slippy says. I mean,
but it's lovely to have as a piece of art form.
Yeah,
they're the best knife makers in the world.
Yeah,
there's just no doubt about it. I know they're not handcrafted, but they're built in it. They still have to be put together.
Absolutely.
And they're just repeat performances, amazing every time.
Absolutely. And in other news, guess where I'm going on holiday? The wife and I have finally bitten the bullet, and we're heading off to Zurich in Switzerland in May, on May the 6th. Stephen doesn't know it yet because I have to ask for holidays for him. So I'm off to Switzerland. So I'm really in the home of Swiss Army knives. Now, there is a question up here from Angus, and I don't want to sort of look like we're avoiding this one. He's been having trouble with his Jack Wolves.
Right, okay. So tell me what it is.
There you go.
There you go. Have you had any case? How many of your Jack Wolves have? The last 21.
The last two.
I
barely cut paper out of the box.
Well, that is incredibly rare. And to be honest with you, if you're not a knife sharpener, send it back to Ben. He is a man in his shop who's a professional knife sharpener, and I know Ben will just fix it for you and it'll be sent back. Well, I know, I don't even have to ask him. I know that will happen. Contact Ben. Go onto his website.
That's assuming that Angus is in the States. If he's here, it might be a wee bit more
well,
difficult.
if it needed an edge put on it, there is people here that can put edges on it for him. Anyway, I'm not a professional sharpener, and I wouldn't. I'm an amateur. I can get a knife sharp, but when it's a 275-pound brand new knife, I wouldn't do it just in case I scored it, because that would kill me. I would just. Yeah. But
the answer to your question, Angus, is no.
But he will sort it out. Absolutely.
But I'd say the same. I mean, even if you check out Jack Wolf Knives Worldwide on Facebook and even drop a comment in the box for him, he's probably going to be the one of the first to come back to you.
Him or Donnie will get back to you straight away, and they'll sort it out. I just know that's the best thing about Jack Wolf Knives. Yes, they make a beautiful knife, but if something goes wrong, you really don't have to worry. Just contact them. They will sort it out for you. Should it be get somebody here in the country that can put a good edge on it for you? Whatever. He'll sort it out. Not a problem.
I would love Warthog's comment here about the box cutters and the utility knives. If I can get it up. Hello.
Friends, don't let friends buy a box cutter.
You see?
That's what borrows right.
I always knew that. Warthogs are my kind of guy, my kind of people, definitely.
Great questions, by the way. Thank you. Keep them coming. This is fantastic. I'm enjoying this.
And yes, why not do a video with Dan, and then we can send a knife to review and keep. Absolutely, Randy. I'll get on that right away. Yes, totally. Actually, it wouldn't be a bad idea. Not so much about sending you the knife, but there's other people in the queue. Okay. No. So we've got. Let's see. Jud Celador or Alox.
There's something we could do. We could get Dan to make a custom knife, and then we'll put it on an auction. He'll have a base price that it has to start from. We'll give you the start from price, and whoever bids for it on the live video takes the knife. That would be nice. It gives Dan a wee bit of business, because he is a small businessman. He's on his own, feeding a family, and his wife's just due another baby. Two. Yeah, they've got twins
on the way.
So they're due twins. That would give him a nice wee bit of work and give him a wee bit of exposure. That Absolutely. I mean, all us as friends will definitely approve of that. But why don't we see? I'm going to take it on myself to speak to him this week and to get him to, if he would make a nice custom that would suit most, not something way out, but something that would suit most.
Standard 2 or 3 layers.
With a basic price that he'll give. We'll give the basic price, and then whoever bids higher above that then takes the knife.
But if we can get him to video his process, that would be really cool.
That's even better.
Yeah. And then we can either show it on the live, or we can feed it into one of the shows.
Yeah, we'll sort that out. Leave that with us. That's a great idea.
Randy.
See, this is why questions are good. Yeah. You never know where they're going to go.
So, Tony's Ponies, a Celador or Alox, I can't answer that question because there's always a third option. And the third option I would probably have to lump for is my Carta. Which is the one you've just shown.
It's my favorite by far. I mean, I don't have the collection. We're going to see a bit of Justin's collection, but this is one of my favorite. This blue Alox is just so I have 2 of them. A bigger one, a 3-layer and a 2-layer. I don't know what they are. What are they?
That's a Farmer X, and that's just a Pioneer.
A Pioneer and a Farmer X, and they just excite me. They are beautiful in colors. Now, again, if somebody was to say to me, give a new person a knife to start with, the single-bladed Alox is an amazing gift for anybody, man or child. What a great knife to start with. Single-bladed, so thin, easy in your pocket.
Thrifty did a review on, I think it was DLT, had a special edition cadets, and they had them in blue and green. And I've got the blues, but
Yes.
I don't have a green cadet.
Uh-huh.
So I was basically begging him to send me one over. You know, I mean, honestly, I'd sleep with you at this stage for a coloured Alox cadet for crying out loud. So I mean,
I have a silver one.
No, silver doesn't cut it.
Shit.
Has to be coloured.
He's an awful hard man to bed, let me tell you.
But honestly, and they were absolutely glorious. But I suppose the better answer to the question is my Cardi, yes, but I think it's time for Steve.
Yeah. I got to do this.
I think there's no answer to that
Do you wanna-
question, which is what you're going to see here.
We were going to. This was going to be one of the topics today. Was showing where you store your knives. So everybody's seen mine. It's all in front of me now. But Justin has just done this, and I haven't looked in here because I just love the anticipation of looking at his Alox. And it's not. It's just. I would have a picture of them gladly up on my wall. It's just so nice. So I'm going to see if he's done it nicely or not. I didn't open it. I opened the other one, but I didn't open this one because I wanted you to be the first people. Jesus, some weight in that.
I know, isn't there? No.
Bum, bum, bum. Oh, man, look at that. Jesus, the weight on this. What a beautiful collection of Alox now. Or not Alox.
Well, it's everything.
Yeah, it's everything.
So the top row here, that's all. This is mostly Alox as well. And I mean, in terms of probably that one, which is the 23 special edition.
Love that color now. I didn't like it at first.
Look at that for an Alox. Come on. And I mean, actually, that looks very sort of washed out yellow, but in real life, that's sort of an electric green yellow.
Yeah, it looks like pea.
Yeah,
in real life.
If you're peeing that, there's something seriously wrong with you.
That is beautiful.
And I have to say, I love Alox. However, that is not to say, and Matt will disagrees with me on this absolutely categorically.
Oh yeah, no. Oh, here, put that wee thing in case there's scratch.
Oh yes, good point. Matt disagrees with me categorically on this, but we'll agree to disagree. Is I've been collecting the Pioneer limited, not the Pioneer, but the limited edition Victorinox Alox colored collection since 2000, since COVID kicked in, right? And I got 2000, 2001, 2022 and 23. And then they released this, and then went back and got 2019, 2018. So I've got 2018 all the way through to 2023, either cadets or pioneers, or Pioneer X's. And then they released this year's color. And no, it was a bridge too far.
Is it brown?
It's brown.
Oh, I cannot stand brown colored scale. I love wood scales, but just brown.
Yeah, oh, but that micarta looks like toffee.
My Carter or wood is.
And I mean, Slippy showed it, and he did a brilliant review of it, and he showed it in the best possible light, because there is a glow to Alox. There is a sort of glow and a reflective quality to Alox that works really well. So even a brown is nice, but honestly, nah.
You will get them.
No, I won't get that one.
Okay,
I won't get that one.
50p bet the end of the year. He gets it.
I didn't get the Christmas spirit cadet, which was beautiful. And I'm regretting that. But and they're selling now for 125 quid. They were right originally for about 80, and 3 months later they're selling for 125 quid.
Money never does it.
No, that's true. That's
I
true.
mean, it's funny because I have never had that mindset. I'm going to buy this knife because in 10 years it'll be really valuable.
No.
Thankfully, I have never had that. And I know there's a lot of people who they buy with that in mind, that, if I'm going to get rid of my, collection in 10 years' time, I want to be able to get. Just never been a thought.
No.
Strange. I mean, because I'm not wealthy, I can't afford just to buy it. I buy and sell more than. I very rarely buy a new knife now. I can't remember the last time I bought a new knife. I mean, that's as new as it came out of the box, but it's been turted up with a beautiful clip on it, which is just to die for. But I can buy new now because I don't really like keeping up with the fashion and trends.
Yeah.
And you're not really a trend person.
No. I'm weird. I mean, Swiss Army knives were my thing, and I've stopped collecting Swiss Army knives. Really, I mean, I'll get the odd one every now and again. I'm hoping to get a few when I'm away over there and get a few but it's going to be the unusual ones. And But it wasn't even the color this year that killed me. It was the fact that it was Pioneer X again. I've got 3 Pioneer X's.
There's no need for that.
And if it was a different model, if they brought the Cadet back, I'd snap it up in a heartbeat. If they did a solo, I'd love that, because I don't have a solo, and I think that would be a fantastic one. But no, it has to be something a wee bit unusual to get me to go.
Oh, bloody hell! Here, you've got a solo.
I don't do silver.
You've got a solo.
Well, there just happens to be a space.
Mikey, that's your bloody fault.
Well, with that and the one that TK's sending over to me, that'd be brilliant.
The solo he sent you?
No, he's sending me a green Cadet.
Yeah.
He doesn't know
it yet. Yeah. He hasn't been bled yet.
Honestly, and for everybody here, and for Mikey's sake, and just to give you a taste of what Gus faced.
Oh dear God, I'm gonna have to change my nappy.
Oh dear Lord. Right. So we have a lot of comments coming out. We've got an awful lot of catch up on here.
Right.
Backspring.
What's that?
I would enjoy trying to carve the backspring on a bantam. Elan. No, well, my sack making skills were solely limited to Lego. Okay, I approach my sack customization as Lego building. So I take apart knives and then I put them back together in a different order. So it's Lego building for me.
Have extra wee bits,
and then have lots of bits left over. But anything that involved changing the backspring or anything like that, or custom trying to fit, the stuff that they do when you're cutting down a set of scissors to try and get a 91mm set of scissors into an 84mm. No way am I going anywhere near that, because that is just damn.
Yeah, it's so hard to get. You can't fault Dan's work. That's the thing about him. And he is a small business. So if you're looking to buy a sack, and it doesn't matter what kind of a sack, Dan will give you it at a good price. You're going to get it better than than you buy a new. So just ask him. You want to wait until he gets a really a new looking one before you buy it, and it just gives him a wee bit of business.
Oh yes, just to clarify. Sorry, I got it wrong. Randy has the Expert Ranger and Thrifty has the Defective, as he calls it. Awesome. There's no defects in that, so long as you don't take the scales off. And yes, Stephen, Mikey says that I don't get holiday pay, apparently. If I send him a sack back, well, that means he's not getting one. Yeah. So Angus is in the UK. Yeah, Angus, I thought that, I don't know whether I'm prejudiced in identifying the name or anything like that, but I sort of assumed, which is dangerous and the best part. But if you're in the UK, Dan does sharpening. I'm not sure if he would work on a Jack.
He would,
but I'm sure he would.
He would. I mean, I lent him one to use, and he used it and sharpened it, and it was amazing.
So if you want a really good edge on it, even drop him a line on his Instagram account or on his webpage. Now
he actually does it professionally. It's not something Dan. Dan's it's a proper businessman. He does it, and he's a fantastic. It's all hand sharpening. It's amazing. Also, it'll split hairs. It'll split the atomic.
Yeah,
he really is a good sharpener, and he's not. I'm still at that stage where, well, I'll probably never move from it. I'd just like to be able to get a nice sharp edge. Mine'll cut hairs in my arm. If I need anything more than that, I'm in hospital getting an operation, and that's it. I don't need to have that. I don't need one that I can see my face in at all. Mm-hmm. And the knives that I don't use a whole lot, I strop a lot, and they eventually become very polished. I mean, there's one. Everybody says, "Oh, Paddy, you're a great sharpener." No, I sharpened it, and then I keep stropping them because I just like to keep it. And that is a complete mirror edge. It is gorgeous, and I sharpened that myself, and it's one of my little proud ones. It is just beautiful. So I'm that sort of a sharpener, but I wouldn't risk it in case I damaged your knife. And I'm, I know how precious a Jack Wolf is for that price. But really, don't worry about it. It will get sorted.
And I can't, just to come back to Tony's and the Alox thing, I can't disagree with you, Tony, but I have to say, yes, growing up, but then you get something like this, which is the micarta. And look at that. I mean, that is just...
It does look, it doesn't come across that
fantastic.
camera. It looks lovely. I'm not a great lover of black micarta even, but that
Yeah.
looks lovely.
And then there's the sort of partner to Stevens, which is the toffee micarta.
That's what made me want the one that I've got.
Yeah, and it's got a kind of cross hatching through it, and it is just. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that TK would be, licking at this stage because it looks so tasty. But the custom micarta scales that you can get from Taschenmesser on Etsy, they're just outstanding. Celador, I agree with you, gets a wee bit old, but
character though, it's like they say with an old pocket knife.
Yeah,
a pocket knife's meant to have character. One that you've got in the collection doesn't, but a pocket knife you're going to carry and use.
Yeah.
And why would you'd be buying a Celador to carry and use rather than your Alox?
Yeah.
That's your fashion piece.
And there's a weight scenario.
Yes,
there's a weight situation as well. And then there's a couple of classic Celadors. Like Randy, you know this one, that have pride of place that there's nothing can replace your classic Swiss Army knife red with something like the space shuttle.
It's just beautiful.
I mean that I just love this one. Just love it the best.
Beautiful,
So yeah,
Randy, Justin, would you give that to Stephen? Oh, there you go.
Shut up. Oh. So yes, I agree with you. It's a wee bit more grown. I think it's a wee bit more sophisticated, the Alox, especially, and I have to say this, especially in a cadet. I think there's nothing more elegant than the cadet. I really don't.
Yeah, I have a silver one.
Yeah.
And I love mine. Just love it.
But silver doesn't cut it anymore, Stephen. So
no.
You have to get a colored one.
Oh yeah.
I'll see what I can do for you. But if it's a color I don't have, you can forget about it.
No.
Did I tell you that TK sent me a green one?
It's very nice of you, TK.
No. Anyway. Yes, so I wouldn't disagree with you, but at the same time, I think Celador has still got an awful lot to offer. God, we've got a lot of questions, and we're not getting through these in any way, shape, or form. What was that one? Where are we
talking about? For the same price, you can get. Oh, they're having a conversation.
They're having a conversation. Yeah.
Kathleen,
Alex, money.
Kathleen.
Yeah.
I love because Kathleen's coming in now more and more often, and it's lovely to see women coming in and just having a chitter with us. I have a couple of Sakale money clips. I think they're great. Too bad they're discontinued. Yes, I've got
another one of the discontinued ones. Yeah,
I've got one. I've got a couple now that are really nice. I think if you're going to talk about sex, this is one that Dan got for me, and I absolutely love having this in my collection. Yeah, this is a serrated edge Wenger. Look at that. I just found that. Oh, let me just get it if I can get it. Can you see the serrated edge there? It's the most beautiful little serrated edge. Why am I not getting that? There you go. There you go. There. It's beautiful. And I've never seen one. I've just seen one on I don't know what video I was watching. I've seen it and I said to Dan, I have to have one of them. And it took a while. And that's the nice thing about Dan. If you want something, you ask him. He'll keep looking for you until one comes along.
It's the truth.
And that's a wee pride of place. It's discontinued anyway, so it's a beautiful knife.
Ooh, we've got lots of stuff in here. Look, Sac Recruit, great. Yes, the Recruit's a lovely wee knife. I actually love the Recruit because it's the same as the Cadet, pretty much, except for the nail file. Or maybe it has got the nail file, but it doesn't have the back tools. So it's really comfortable to use.
There's a wee money clip one that I have.
It's a groovy.
It's a lovely little knife. Yeah, lovely little knife.
But anyway, we're getting lost in the sack talk here. I moved on from sacks. Although I think, like a lot of things, they'll always be my first love. I think they mean too much to me. But which is why I'm looking forward to going across and seeing where they're built. Yes. Warthog, the old cross Alox sacks, fantastic. What I really want to look out for when I'm over there is to see if I can get my birth year sack, which is going to be interesting. But it'll be fun.
Did they make sacks then? When did they start making sacks? Oh, it was 1890.
Well, if you've ever wondered why T-Rex had little hands like this, it's because they were putting sacks together in the Swiss Army factory. No, yes, pens and pen plans now. I want to my cul-de-sac. Yeah. Once you see one, it's hard to look away.
I was exactly the same.
It is. Okie dokie. And yes, the thinness of it. Anyway, sorry, moving on. That's a good question. How easy do the Alox scales wear and lose color? Do they lose it if kept in a slip? So the answer is, if you keep it in a slip, no, you should retain the color very much, but you're missing the point.
Yeah, and the other thing about putting it into a slip, you can get corner wear if you don't keep your slip very well oiled and sort of malleable, because as leather dries out and then becomes quite abrasive. So you really have to make sure that you keep your slip well oiled if you're going to take it in. Otherwise, it will just wear the edges of it when you're pushing it down.
And it's probably why the Victorinox slips that they give you with the smaller knives actually have felt inside rather than using leather. But the whole point of Alox, and this is what because I've heard this conversation quite a bit, is people are worried about the color getting lost from Alox. And I can understand that because the colors are so nice. But there is nothing, and I swear by this, there is nothing looks better than a worn Alox knife. It's just fabulous to see the wear and tear on it, because it is just like, it's like gray hair when you're getting a little bit old. I'm not selling this really, am I?
No, but I'm feeling good.
It just shows you it's like part of the story of the knife.
It's just patina, and when you get good patina, it doesn't matter what it's on. You know, it's good to me in my eyes. Patina is good.
No, that is exactly right.
And the other thing is, if you're carrying an Alox, I would carry it with a wee clip, so that it clips in the pocket and hangs straight down, so that anything at the bottom of the pocket doesn't get the batter against it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So
I always have my Alox clipped on. So I'm sure he knows, but I'll show him a clip. I'll just show you a wee clip. Oh no, there we go. I just use these wee pocket clips. You can get them on Amazon. They're for buttons, and they just clip in your pocket, and it means it sits straight up and down in your pocket, but doesn't touch the bottom of the pocket, so it's quite clear. I wondered what he was. I was waiting for the acid trip coming.
Sorry, Tony. I should have had brought enough for everybody, but it's to make sure that I don't die of consumption here on this show in front of everybody more than anything.
Can I just do something to please Zippy? Not Zippy. Thrifty. Thrifty. A buck 112 in S30V, black micarta, or not black micarta, black G10 with nickel silver bolsters. The most amazing grip on it. Just beautiful. I love it. I can't wait to get down to the woods and actually really get to use it properly. It's just beautiful. I love it. I damaged the bolster when I was flying it. I hit it with a hammer, put a dent in it, then got my brand new, what do you call that thing I got? The wee machine.
Oh, your Dremel?
Dremel. First time with a Dremel, trying to, shine the bolster, take about the scuff that I done. Dug way too deep, jumped, dug again, which is why I don't want to do sharpening. But damaged it. I've just smoothed it out a little bit, and I was going to go and sand it down properly. I thought, no, because I'll keep this now. Yeah. Because it's damaged, I'll keep it. And I'll have to use it because, it's just, I absolutely love it. So you were right. I was wrong. The buck 110 I didn't like, and I sort of put the same feelings onto the 112. Completely different animal. For me, this is a proper work knife. Do you feel it in your hand? It's meant to be, and there's lovely sheath. This came brand new in box. The bloke I got it off came here to buy a knife off me. He did come and he bought a knife off me, but then he was carrying this and I said, oh, I like that. And he said, no, don't. I says, I give you an offer of a wee trade for that. And so after about 10 minutes, he gave in. And
he lasted 10 minutes.
10 minutes. And I got this. He only bought it 2 weeks ago. Do you know what I mean? It's still factory edge. It hasn't already cut nothing but paper. Beautiful. This is a knife to use, though.
What I'm taking away from that whole story is that's a brand new knife that Stephen managed to steal off a youngster and then wreck.
And I hit it that hard that it doesn't snap as well as it should.
I know,
It
it'll
snaps,
come- it'll
but
come
yeah, it'll
back,
come
don't
back
it? It'll come
because
back.
I've oiled it and it will come back. But I'm absolutely loving it. So there, never say never in this blooming community.
That is true. That is true. And look who's in the house, people. The man himself.
Gus,
Pack the bags. We're going on a guilt trip. Yes, it's Gadget Gus.
Gus doesn't know yet, though, does he?
Oh, he doesn't know because he was in earlier.
All right, he was
Gus,
in.
hold on a second. I'll show you. It's in the post, mate. It's in the post. Should be with you at the weekend.
This is going to be the most unloved knife you've ever got, Gus.
It'll be like the One Ring.
Is that Bama knife, didn't you? Oh, hi there, boy. Nice to see you here. Gus.
Yeah, Mikey's claiming credit for this. He does take a lot of need to take a lot of the blame for this.
Yeah.
I have a sneaking suspicion that the two of them were in cahoots, but now I get to make them feel guilty.
Well, Mikey, not a chance.
No, yes, guilt was surgically removed from him when he joined the forces. I think it was.
And there's another nice wee thing just to remind me of. Mikey's going to be doing a review of one of his knives live on our channel. Give him a couple of weeks, and he's going to do a review because he had a bit of nerves even coming on this live, just to chat with us. But he's a natural. He doesn't know how natural he is, but he's going to do one and he's going to treat us one night and do the review, so that you can all watch him. And it's more to give him confidence. So give him hell when he comes on. That gives you confidence. Don't be nice.
Do you honestly think that this shower will do anything other than
No, I trust him.
Yes. Apart from anything else, the quality of the abuse that we get from you guys is just outstanding. I have always.
Oh, they're the best for abuse.
They are really.
But the other thing is, I've given him a very low standard he has to get above to be good. Because these people watch mine, which is really sad.
No, Stephen.
Yes.
You know the rules. Don't put yourself down.
You're
our job.
Oh,
dear me.
Where can I get the hold of some
pens and sliders for a 58 classic, if you could, please? Where do you live, Nigel? I'll have a look and see if we've got any extras. The wee ones, the 58 ones, I'm pretty sure I've used all of mine. And the sliders are notoriously difficult. I actually got...
Oh, just let me interrupt here. We're at an hour, right?
Yeah.
And, we're going to be asking for last questions very shortly. There's 47 people in the talk boxy thing. If I don't see 47 arrows, I'm going to smack him about the head badly next week on camera. That's it.
Hey,
huh? Well, bad enough.
Oh, are you really demanding? Hang on a second, you've had enough. What you're doing is you're insisting on likes and subscribes, or else you'll kill me.
Well, I'm not going to kill myself. I'm not stupid.
Actually, I think I would be the head of intelligence. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. So in short, the answer, Nigel, is I don't know. But I'll have a wee look and see. There was a place in Germany that I offered that ordered a load of stuff off, and that was pre-Brexit, so it was easier to do. You might go even direct to Victorinox itself and see if they sell any extras on their site.
If Dan had many, actually might sell them one, would he?
Dan, you could check and see, because he used to get a load of 58s in. But the trouble is, because the pens are only ever on the Rambler and the Manager, they're like hen's teeth, and they're, as you can probably tell, and they're really hard to get a hold of. But I'll have a wee look through my past records and see if I can find anywhere that used to deal with them. But I'm pretty certain that they were all on the continent. So you could be out of luck on that one. Okay, so as you say, Stephen, we're up to an hour.
Yeah.
So,
if you've got a last question, throw it in now. We've got a couple of minutes, and then we're going to head off. Is this a good one? Does anyone know who could make a cadet with scissors or a pioneer with nail file?
The answer to the cadet question is nobody can make a cadet with scissors unless you've got someone who knows how to cut down 84mm scissors. The Cadet X is like the holy grail. It's sort of difficult to make.
But again, you could put him to Dan. See if Dan will do it.
Dan won't do.
All right.
One, he doesn't do Alox at the minute.
All right.
Although
Yes.
That's not to say he can't. He might
Yeah.
be tempted to. But the thing about it is that you need to find an 84 millimeter donor for the scissors, and the 84 millimeter donor will cost you more than the Cadet, because an 84 millimeter with scissors will cost you £100 net for this. Yeah, it's bizarre. But a Pioneer with a nail file, there's a guy, Nick Brown, and there's a company in Bristol that does custom sacks. They replace the pins with screws and pivots. And they might be able to, and then they do things like bicolor Alox scales and everything like that. I'll find it. I'll see if I can find the link for it. But they might be able to actually custom replace a blade for you if you request it. But they specialize in Alox customs, and they might be able to do something like that.
That's good. Good info.
Okay.
I say I don't know why I put it in there. My mouth just can't control itself. It just opens up.
Yeah. the elusive Cadet X. Anyway, this is sort of turned into this is sort of turned into a sackathon.
But the people wanted to talk, and I'm quite happy.
Which works for me. Yeah. But again, the message is these are my sacks, and these will stay my sacks. But I'm looking forward to moving on to new things this year.
I mean, I've gone through my sack phase. I bought enough to be a qualified sack.
Absolutely.
Member. Still can't tell one from the other, but
no, but that doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
You have earned your
got a sheet.
Because the thing to become a member of the sack club is to lose all control and just buy everything.
40 in a space of 6 weeks, I think it was. 40 sacks I bought.
Yeah. That's
the proper knife knot. Yeah. I've done that in my spider coats. I've bought nearly every spider you can think of. Some of them twice, in fact. Couple of them done.
Yeah, and that one is beautiful.
But that's the prettiest one I've bought. That actually looks, and the thing that makes it pretty is it doesn't have the hump.
Yeah,
and it just makes the native. I've had the native, and I think it's one of the full size native. It is beautiful in hand. You've got a full size, have you?
No, I've got
you got the chaparral. But the chaparral's another beautiful one.
Yeah.
I always wanted, but then you got one, and I just didn't want to seem as if I was copying. So that's the next best thing there, chaparral.
That's a beautiful one. I like that. Not sure about the walk and talk, but it's interesting.
As in, you don't think it's strong enough?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's got that double to 10 feel.
Yeah. I literally wouldn't worry because my fingers always
I know, because of the choil.
Yeah. I would never give it a second thought. And I keep saying this, I've never had a knife close on me that way.
And I love this.
Oh,
and on that, folks, I think we will end tonight. Thank you so much for all of your contribution. It's always fun to listen to you, and it's been great to have this many people coming in. And along the bottom of your screen, you will see our technical wizardry.
So hit that like button.
It's okay. What we haven't realized is, I only realized when I put the straps up, is that it's flipping the text, so it's mirrored.
I've just seen that.
Yeah. Anyway, folks, thanks a million. Take it easy. We'll see you next week. If not,
and we have a lovely guest next week that you'll really like. I'm keeping it a surprise. Justin will maybe put it up this week because he didn't put it up this week. The show highlight reel, not the highlight reel. You didn't put the show up that we're on Thursday night, did you?
Oh no, I didn't.
So next week he'll definitely put it up, and we'll put the guest's name on it. And I think there's a lot of you will want to come and see it.
Yeah,
he has a wonderful selection of knives, and he's not a YouTuber.
Gus, we'll take that under advisement. I'm not sure if I could stay in the same car with him for any length of time.
Can we see a road trip doing bushcraft stuff across Northern Ireland with pit stops showing interesting spots and prep where to eat? You can't camp and eat somewhere. You have to do it in a fire. But we are thinking of going and doing a couple of days camping.
Absolutely.
But we have now got
he's thinking about it. I'm having nightmares about it.
We've got a wee place that's we're getting a permission. It's a little small woody area, that we can go and film videos around the campfire, which will be amazing.
If we get it, that'll be great crack. So we're trying to replicate, because honestly, I mean, it was one of the prizes I was surprised didn't come up at the end of last year's reviews, was the either most ridiculous element of a video or the funniest part of a video which was that and that Stephen's entry into from out of the woods, like, you know, looking like
so much fun.
looking like you know, a geriatric Bigfoot. It was
I am a geriatric Bigfoot. That wasn't acting.
It was just the best thing. I think. I mean, we did it purely by accident, but it just worked out so well. You know,
Even
classic.
funnier than that was on the way out after we tidied up and got our bags packed up and carried, and I had this bloody thing to pull up going out. I was buggered by the end, right? And there's him standing, laughing his head up, me coming with this. About every 20 yards, I had to stop laughing at the pool. But it was, we had one of the best days I had last year. Definitely.
So we will definitely, Gus, we'll definitely do some of that again.
I want to do a shelter building, showing people how to do a really down and dirty. If you get made homeless, your wife kicks you out, you have no money, and you have to go and sleep somewhere. You have no tent.
We collect knives, people. So that's a very high possibility we're talking about there.
So I want to do something like that. Just show somebody how easy it is to build a tent. So we'll do things like that, and we'll use the knives, obviously, different knives each week, and see what they like.
I'm kind of worried about the learning curve. You've gone from me feather sticking for the first
But
time
I'm going to teach
to
you
building a house.
Yes, that's all right. It's just made of leaves and wood. It's easy. The
Looking
other
forward
thing
to
is, I've got to tell you this, because he's I can't even tell you tonight. I bought something that's going to be coming tomorrow. It was supposed to be here today, but it didn't come, and it's for our camping trips.
What have you done?
I bought this really, really amazing thing, and I can't wait to see your face when I show it. I'm going to let him see it next week on the show live. I'm going to bring it out and let him see what I bought for our camping. Now, this is solely for videoing for me and him when we go out.
All I can say is, if it's not a butler, I'm going to be really disappointed.
You will just enjoy it, let me tell you.
Excellent. Sounds like fun.
You'll think it's crazy, but
folks, we've got more people joining because Ghost Balloons just come in. But before we get carried away, Sean, all the best, guys.
Yes,
we'll see you next time. Take it easy.
Sean, hit the flipping like button. Don't just sit there.
No, Mikey, I look good in a dress. He's not talking about something I look good in. So, well, I have to shave my legs. All the best.
Bye-bye.